welcome back to Watch with Marcella, where today we're doing something a little different. We are about 125 videos in, and I don't think I ever told you guys anything about me or why you should care or what my background is or anything. I was just like, hey, I'm Marcella, watch this shit with me. So today we're going to do a couple little things. I'm going to tell you a teeny tiny little bit about me, why you should care about watching my videos, and then we're going to get into the big reason why you're here today. My take on summer movies thus far. We're going to talk Black Widow. We're going to talk F9. We're going to talk Gunpowder Milkshake. And then for shits and giggles, we'll see what happens after that. But thank you for joining me today. If you have a quick minute before we get into everything, just click on that like button, click on that subscribe button. Yeah, I asked you to click on the like button before you watched it. I'm greedy and I want the likes. Come on, I'm new. I'm just kidding. If you could, just check the subscribe. If you're not subscribed, just hit that subscribe real quick. Now, let's get into a little bit about me. Why should you care? So, as you can tell, it's called Watch with Marcella. I'm Marcella. Hello. You might know me from the description in the videos. If you've noticed, you might know me because I co-host a podcast, Revisiting Sunnydale, where we talk about Buffy one episode at a time, starting from the beginning. I am a Buffaholic. I love Buffy, I love Doctor Who, I love Star Wars. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, I'm a blurred, I'm all of these things. Why should you care? I don't know. I have a voice. I want you to hear it. I have things I want to say. I watch tons of reaction channels, and I'm always like yelling at the screen. I'm like, no, it's because of this. And I thought, stop yelling at the screen, start yelling at a camera. So back in February, I started yelling at a camera. A lot of times I cry at a camera, which you guys seem to really enjoy. I don't know why, but I'm enjoying the ride so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it too, and that is just a little bit about me. Other things I like: tiny dogs that snore and sleep during all the videos. And I'm also obsessed with Disney. I love all things Disney. I love the parks. I love Mickey. I'm a nerd. I'm a pop culture geek. These are things I like. Okay, so now, the real reason we're here. Let's talk summer movies, people. My first official movie back in theaters. Was there a better one than F9? You guys saw me react to the F9 trailer. They went to space in that trailer. I was so excited. I have loved Fast and Furious from the beginning. I adored Paul Walker. And so when I got vaccinated, when I got both of my vaccines, and it was time to go back to the theaters, I thought, what is the perfect movie to go see now that I'm doubly vaccinated, had the double vaccine? Lo and behold, F9. Perfect timing. The Fast and Furious franchise is a franchise that begs to be seen on the big screen. I have a projector at home, so I watch movies in the backyard, so I can mimic that big screen experience, but I can't mimic that big screen audience. So during the pandemic, with HBO Max and Disney Plus, I didn't buy any of the Disney Plus premieres until Black Widow. I was like, $30, screw you, I'm not doing that. But Black Widow, it made sense. It made sense. So I needed to see F9 in the theater with a crowd, with my friends, with my mom. It had to happen. So we went. This movie, what I love about this franchise is that it does not take itself seriously at all. And this one in particular has gone totally meta and acknowledged the fact that they don't understand why they're still alive. Roman is... There's a scene where... And I guess I should have said at the beginning, spoiler reviews. These are spoiler reviews. I'm not going to spoil it too hard, but I tend to jump from thing to thing, so anything could come out of my mouth. So if you haven't watched it yet, I'm not going to give away big endings, but pretty much everything with Fast 9 was in the trailer anyway. So, there's a scene with Roman where like 15 dudes shoot at him. They have the high ground. He's in this room and they're shooting at him, and his jacket is littered with bullets, with bullet holes, and yet none of them hit him. And he has no idea why he's still alive.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarines.
They've gone completely off the rails, and they just don't care anymore. They did go to space.
Really? Duct tape? You acting like we on our way to Home Depot. No, I don't want to die!
You saw it in the trailer. They went to space. But all in all, this was a hell of a ride. It was really fun. It was really fun to watch in the theater with an audience. I will take a lot. I will put aside, my disbelief to enjoy a film. Although, there are things in the Fast and Furious franchise that bother me to no end. The human body cannot withstand the brute force trauma that these people inflict on each other in every single movie. They should have bruises and broken bones and back braces and neck braces. They should be in the hospital for 5 to 8 months at least. But they never are. They just get right up. If it were me, I'd be like Peter Griffin, like... That would be me. That would be me. I'm probably in the minority here, but I honestly wish they would have killed off Brian. It was nice that they brought in his brothers to, finish the role in F7. But in this one, they just keep talking about him like he's still around. He's just not with the group, and it doesn't make any sense. Especially, there's no way Brian would have let Mia come alone. Like, number one, Brian would have gone. Brian he's ride or die. There's no way he would have stayed with the kids and let Mia go. That's just not who Brian is. So I really wish they would have just killed his character off. We could have mourned Brian and moved on. I'm glad they didn't bring Scott Eastwood back in this one, because you are not a replacement for Paul Walker, my friend. Move along. We didn't like you in Pacific Rim. We don't like you here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. The stunts were amazing, even though they were impractical. John Cena was fantastic. He was so ridiculous. This character of Jacob is just ridiculous. They've written in this backstory for Dom that he had this brother, whatever. You never mentioned him beforehand, and in the first one you talked so much about being teenagers and Mia and Letty and all of you growing up together. Not a word about this brother. Okay. But when you can't have The Rock, you get John Cena. I dug it. I was into it. Han is back. They brought Han back, and the reason and story behind what happened to him was so convenient that it didn't bother me. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Han's back. I don't care. And they brought everybody back for this one. But it was really nice to see Lucas Black. I just adore him and Bow Wow, and they're the ones that made the rocket. Now, one thing I didn't understand was Lucas is a driver who, I don't even know if he graduated from high school. Maybe he graduated from high school in Tokyo. But now he's building rockets and flying planes. The only thing I could come up with is that his dad was in the Air Force, I believe, so maybe his dad taught him how to fly. But how are you flying a plane? Come on. All in all, F9, go see it. Go see it on the big screen. Go to a drive-in if you can. That would be even better. If you have a drive-in near you that's still operating, I'm all for spending your time at drive-ins in the summer. How many times did you go to the drive-in as a kid and, like, you could get in for free if you were under 14, I think? And if you just scoot down for, like, 4 years, you could still claim to be 14. Love the drive-in. So many good memories growing up at the drive-in. So check out F9 if you can. It's totally worth it. Okay, now let's shift gears a little. See what I did there? And let's talk Black Widow. You saw my reaction for Black Widow. Some of you didn't like it, and I'm sorry for that, but it's my opinion and I'm allowed to have it. I was not happy that this movie was coming out. And it's not that I didn't want Natasha to have her own movie. I would have loved for Natasha to have her own movie 4 years ago. Too little, too late. That was my fear with this whole movie. Now, here's what I have to say about now that I have seen it. I bought it on Disney Plus, and here's what I think. This movie is fine. It is a good Marvel movie. But it's still too little, too late. It is a wonderful introduction to Florence Pugh's Yelena, but imagine the impact this movie would have had it come out after Civil War. We'd have gone apeshit. And when I watch it, that's how I'm going to watch it. When I do my rewatches, I'm going to watch Civil War, then I'm going to watch Black Widow, then I'll continue on and we'll get to Infinity War and Endgame. And that's how it needed to be. And that's how they should have done it. It makes no sense. Oh, she couldn't carry a movie, or oh, the world's not ready for a female lead. Fuck you. You messed it up. Just admit you messed it up and move on. Now, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it, like I said, I would have enjoyed it more 4 years ago. It's funny. The characters are great. I love Yelena. Want more. I guess she's our new Black Widow now. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Loved her. Loved her so much. My favorite part of the movie is when she's making fun of Natasha's poses. When she calls her poser, she does that thing with her head, and she's like, why do you do that thing?
Why do you always do that thing? What? The thing you do when you're fighting. This thing that you do when you whip your hair when you're fighting with the arm and the hair, and you do like a fighting pose.
This scene is so funny. The action sequences are fantastic. David Harbour. The scene of him trying to fit back in that suit is every woman in a fucking changing room everywhere. That's what it is like to try on clothes. I hate it. I loved the interaction between Natasha and Yelena. That's probably my favorite subplot of this story. From the very beginning, when little baby Natasha kicks this man and takes his gun and threatens to shoot all of these soldiers if they don't leave Yelena alone. And I can't believe that's Mila Jovovich's daughter. I can't believe that's her daughter. As soon as I found that out, I was like, of course it is. Look at her face. She looks just like her. I don't know how I didn't notice it. Florence Pugh was amazing, a badass, hilarious. She's going to fit right in, and I can't wait to see her track down and beat up Hawkeye. I'm here for it. All day long. But again, just as with Fast 9, Natasha's not a superhero. I mean, she is a superhero, but she's not a superhero. She does not have powers. She does not regenerate. She's much like Bruce Wayne. She gets fucked up and she gets bruised. We see her when she takes her shirt off. Her back's all fucked up. She's got bruises all over her. Here's my problem. This scene where she and Yelena are trying to get away from one of the widows, and they jump on this smokestack and they ride into a building. Natasha bounces off of 3 or 4 things and then lands on her fucking feet. On her feet! She's not a cat. She's not a spider. I don't get it. And then for one quick second, she grabs her ribs, but then she just walks away. Like, no. The human body does not work like that. Physics does not work like that. That lady fell, which she put her hand out. She was trying to help you. You were going to try and stab her, and you fell to your death. Well, you didn't die. You were laying there with your leg all jacked up, and then you did the thing with the thing, and that was not cool. It was not cool at all. All in all, this was a very fun movie. One thing I do not understand, and let me know down in the comments, guys, if you know, because I can't figure it out. This movie was delayed and delayed and delayed. For what reason? the end scene, the after credit scene between Yelena and Val. So I just don't understand why this movie was held so long and why Wanda and Winter Soldier were pushed back. I just don't understand why. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments, because I am missing it. But all in all, thoroughly enjoyed Black Widow. It was fine. I'm probably going to like it more on a rewatch. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequel movies. The more animated series we get to fill the holes in, the more I like the prequels. That's how I'm going to feel about Black Widow. Definitely go check it out. I'm not sure it needs to be in a theater. I'm enjoying the Disney Plus, having it at home in Disney Plus. I know there's a lot of controversy around theater owners and their money and whatnot, but hey y'all, it is a have it your way kind of society now. Give me what I want, the way I want it, and you'll make money. Don't pigeonhole me into a theater. Don't make that the only option. Sorry. I need more options. It's a fast lifestyle, and I want it my way. Get used to it. Next up, Gunpowder Milkshake. Such a good movie. If you really like Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Angela Bassett, Michelle Yeoh, Carla Gugino, great music, bloody action scenes, an adorable tiny child that should not be exposed to all of these things, Paul Giamatti. There's got to be a 10th reason. There has to be. And Machine Guns in a Van. Then Gunpowder Milkshake is for you. No, I'll do you one better. Not Machine Guns in a Van. And I love Kitten's Bag. Because I love that bag. And I love Karen Gillan. I don't love kittens. I like tiny dogs. I'm a dog person, not a cat person. Sorry. But Gunpowder Milkshake, if you guys follow Karen Gillan on Instagram, you will have seen videos of her training her ass off for this movie. She is a beast. I love it. I love her so much. I mean, Amy Pond is probably one of my favorite companions of all time on Doctor Who. And the fact that Amy Pond shot Danny Pink is so Easter eggy for us Whovians. Amy Pond shot Danny Pink! Danny's daughter, her name is Chloe Coleman. She is so cute. So cute. 8 3/4. Is she the same little girl that was in My Spy with Dave Bautista? Because she's got this whole seeing things she shouldn't see thing down to a science. She's so good. And Lena Headey. Okay. Y'all know her as Cersei Lannister. Y'all hate her as Cersei Lannister. This movie reminds you that she was Sarah motherfucking Connor. Sarah Connor. Don't forget. Lena Headey's a badass. When she jumps up over that counter with those 2 guns and she's just beauty. So beautiful. The action sequences in this movie are amazing. They are filmed. The way that they line these shots up and the angles that we see some of this violence, you're not going to forget it. Not for a long, long time. One of my favorite scenes is when there's a scene where Karen gets injected with a toxin that paralyzes her arms. I don't know what kind of toxin can specifically paralyze just your arms. I don't know the science behind that. I don't even know if that's possible. But she has this child tape a gun and a knife to her hands. And then she fights 3 goons. And it's amazing. It's hilarious, impractical, and just, I was sitting there like, I should have filmed a reaction to it, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to watch it. The couple movie reactions I've put up haven't done that great, so I didn't know if you guys enjoyed them or not. If you want to see more movie reactions, let me know down below in the comments, and if you have a suggestion for one, let me know, and I'll be happy to do it. the director of Gunpowder Milkshake. He wrote and directed it, and it is unlike anything I've seen in a long time. The driving scene where Karen's driving with her feet, and she's allowing Emily's sitting on her lap, and she's steering and using the shifter while, putting it in drive, putting it in reverse, while Karen is using the gas and the brake. The scene's incredible. So tense, so exciting. I loved it. And also funny. And then it was really gross. Like, really, really gross. But I enjoyed that Sam, Karen Gillan's character, acknowledges that some of this stuff Emily shouldn't be seeing for an 8 3/4-year-old girl, and she makes her close her eyes at times. What I really loved about this movie were the quiet moments. There's a scene where Sam is about to kill the doctor that betrayed her, but Emily won't let her. She just grabs her by the hand and shakes her head no, and Sam lets him know that he is only alive because of an 8-year-old girl. Well, sorry, 8 3/4-year-old girl. It's those quiet moments where you see this connection building between Sam and Emily, and it's so good. Just so, so good. Now, I do know what Emily keeps saying. She keeps introducing herself as Sam's apprentice, and Sam never says, "No, you're not. You're not my apprentice. I'm not training you how to kill people. You're 8 3/4-year-old. I just couldn't let you get killed." This movie's great. It's on Netflix. You don't have to go anywhere. You just gotta have Netflix. I highly recommend you check it out. I loved everything. Everything about it. Except one thing. So now here comes my gripe, my bitch. Carla Gugino is, number one, she's insanely beautiful. Number two, I don't love her character in this movie. I love her character. She's adorable, and I want to protect her with everything I have in me. But I don't like that they made her a little bit weak. She's the most librarian of the librarians, and I don't like what happens to her. And I don't like who gets to partake in what happens to her. The little dick smear, I hated him. Hate him. I want him to die. And the fact that he took her out was so upsetting, and I was so mad. I'm still mad. Can you see it in my face? I'm still mad. I can't even form a complete and perfect thought because I'm so mad about it. And she had this awesome axe, this Tommy the Tommy Hawk, and I wanted her to fuck him up with it. So upsetting. So that's the only thing I didn't like about this movie. Otherwise, it is a good time. A really, really good time. Make sure you check it out on Netflix. Alright, that is my summer movie review. I didn't touch on anything on television because you guys have been watching me and what I've been watching on television. You've been watching my Bad Batch reactions. You've been watching my Loki reactions. Go check those out if you haven't. You've been following along as I've been doing my Marvel Cinematic Universe trailer flashback tour. I'm about halfway through. I'm not doing them in any particular order, just grouping them in any order as I do them. Kind of like I did all the Iron Mans first, and then I did all of the Captain Americas first, and then the Thors, and so I'm kind of grouping them by their little mini individual franchises, not in cinematic order. So I hope you have enjoyed this little bit about me, this little spoilery review of a couple of my summer movie adventures, and I hope you will like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. If you have anything you want me to react to, let me know down below in the comments. And even though I'm not watching anything this time, this tiny dog is still asleep, as always. Until next time, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.